Hey legends, welcome back to the channel. On the road again, towing the van, heading up to northeast of Melbourne, up into the mountains to hopefully pull a few trout out of the skinny streams up there. It's 9:30 in the morning at the moment, 34 degrees, so it's going to be a hot one today. Cool change supposed to come through later today. Try and catch some bait this arvo, set up camp, and then we'll be into the fishing tomorrow morning, I think. And we'll see how we go and take you along for the ride. Had a quick pit stop in Healesville. I've been dialing in the electric brakes on those little windy roads coming into Healesville, just try and get them right on, just so that they're pulling up when they need to. As I was coming into Healesville, I heard a little bit of a squeaky squeak as I was driving past the shop fronts, and I wasn't sure if it was me or the car beside me or what was going on. So I just jumped out and checked out the temps on with the little infrared gauge on the hubs and the bearings and on the brakes and stuff, and they're all okay. Wasn't any movement in the wheels when I gave them a good shake, so I think we're good. I'm not sure where that squeak was coming from, but time will tell. Just about to head over the Black Spur. Yeah, so it should be a pretty interesting drive. That little bit coming into Healesville was a good little test. A few windy roads, bumpy roads there, and on the brakes a bit, so warming me up for the Spur. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Wasn't too stressful, pretty straightforward really. I had to pull over a couple of times to let some cars pass because I was only doing sort of 50-60 k's an hour most of it. Brakes were fine, wasn't much steep downhill that I had to contend with anyway. The last time I did the Black Spur, it was pouring rain. I was in an old Commodore station wagon and I had a 2-year-old in the back screaming their heads off, so definitely a lot less stressful this time around. Googleometer's telling me we're about 20 minutes from the campground now, so I'll check back in when we arrive. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that road clothesline up there. That's up to the Cathedral Park, I'm pretty sure, which is where there's been some flood damage. I saw a sign earlier saying don't enter in there, so lucky we don't have to. This is a little campground that just is before it. Might just get out and have a walk around before I decide where we're going. We just pulled up at the campground and I put the tyre in that ditch. I wouldn't have had much clearance, I reckon. That wishbone would have been sitting on the gravel. It's a fairly deep ditch. Really wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the road closed and talking to the camera, distracted, not good. Anyway, it doesn't look like there's any damage. I crawled under and had a look, got away with it. Lucky I've got enough clearance. That site there looks pretty good, but really tricky to get into. I have to reverse in and then the van will be facing the wrong way and there's not much flat ground. There's one up here that's a lot more exposed, open I guess you'd say, but it's flatter. There's a spot where the van will just pull straight in and you can drive through, which makes life easy for me. No widowmakers either, that's the other thing. Over there's some fairly serious dead wood, so yeah, I reckon we'll do this one over here. All right, it's bait collection time. I didn't think there was many of these around, but I've just snagged one right at the camp. I don't know if you can see him in there. Probably not. No, little grasshoppers. See if I can get a few more. I've got to catch enough for 4 blokes because they're not getting here till late tonight, and apparently they're easy to catch out in the middle of the day when it's hot. So I just saw 2. There's another one. This is a little hopper catcher I made in the shed, the budget model. I'm not going to say it's the best job I've ever done, but it's actually functional. So just a bit of window there for some air, clip to hang off the belt when we're out fishing, and then a lid that I can unscrew and they'll probably all jump out and escape. But anyway, see how we go. I've got to keep these guys alive too, so I'll put them back in the shade as I go. See if there's any more around. Got to have pretty sharp eyes to see these guys. Almost invisible they were. I've just learned a trick. You get them in here, don't turn it over and try and get them out without having a hold of them first. There it is. Gotcha! Okay, I think it's break time. I think I've earned my keep. They're quick, the little buggers. They get away pretty easily, but I've got about 10 in there. I'll just keep going here all afternoon. I think I've got to get a good 30 or more. When the boys turn up, there'll still be some jumping around, I reckon, but I think it's beer o'clock and I need to sit down for a bit. I popped a calf muscle this morning at the gym, which was a great start to the weekend, but it's hurting a bit. Give a bit of a rest. Beautiful nature walk, just try and find some more hoppers. And yeah, thanks guys, appreciate that. Ever heard of digging a hole? Jesus Christ. Yeah, even more. Awesome. Heaps of hoppers in this spot, which is awesome. As the container gets more full though, they're getting pretty cunning. Trying to grab them out, trying to put them in the container without them jumping out is proving very difficult. I'm finding with the so many like there is here, you can just run the net across the top of the grass and you can snag them, which is good. There's one. Got one in there. It's impossible to do one-handed though, so I'll have to put it down. Alright, it's just hitting sunset and we're heading down to the river. The boys have arrived. Probably had a few too many beers for this, but we'll see how we go. Alright, bit of quiet water just there, I reckon. Just get it past that eddy. There'll be a fish on there. Oh, got one. Oh, he dropped it. Dang. Spat it. Damn, at least I know they're there. Get this fish in. It seems to be every time I catch a fish the GoPro does something weird. Oh, look at this little rainbow. Look at that guy. What a beauty. I'll let that little one go. Beautiful markings. Healthy looking fish. Just needs a few more years to get on with life. Oh, catch and release just like that. See you, mate. A new day, absolutely spanking weather, beautiful day. It's going to be mid to high 20s. I just got that one little keeper last night, which was a good start to the proceedings. The guy's got a few others, a bit bigger, nothing crazy big, but hoping to get a decent sized rainbow today that I can take back and cook on the fire tonight, hopefully. Just collecting some more hoppers to replenish the stocks before we head into the river. A bit late morning, I may have had a few too many frothies last night, but we're into it now, so all good. Check in soon. That's what we've got ahead of us. I think I'll head downstream and try and cast with that current, let it roll into the quiet spots and see how we go. That guy, not long deceased. No, still alive. Just put him back. Yeah, we'll get a grasshopper on and I'll start heading down. We'll find a good pool and I'll turn it back on and we'll hopefully catch a fish. This little guy, little brown, beautiful. He had me wrapped around a little tree and I wasn't sure if he was on. Oh no, he swallowed that deep. You got pliers? Not the biggest fish, not the one I want to keep, but I think he's pretty cactus. Wow, what a amazing spot. It's absolute paradise. Black cockatoos flying over me every 5 minutes, squawking, which is fantastic. That little trout, going to be dinner tonight. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. I would have put him back, but he'll be the one I cook over the fire hopefully later on. So I'll try and upgrade and get a bigger one. Mike, who I'm with here, he just dropped one just before I caught that one, so maybe I picked up the one he dropped, I'm not sure, but he's yet to land one, so the mission now is for him to catch one, and then yeah, we'll keep cruising along the river and see where we end up, and yeah, hopefully I can upgrade as well. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Maybe a little bit more time. These ones here are good. Nice and fat.
No herbicides. Just getting the fire going, cook up these little trouties. Got the boys on the job.
We're on both sides, so just do that.
Alright, we're getting onto the fish and chips. They're the chips. There's our little fishies. Just chuck them in the basket over the fire and see how that goes, eh? And a few rums. Sorted. That's Mike's little rainbow. Beautiful fish. I reckon we'll go across like that. That's my little brown. Another little rainbow for Pete. Might go a bit of salt and pepper. Oh, still a bit of heat in there. I think it'll be enough to cook the trout. We'll chuck them on and see how they go. Just keep an eye on them. Don't want to dry them out, but I might go up a bit higher. Looking pretty good. Oh, look at that. Didn't even stick. Fish and chips, look at that. Primo. Another happy customer.
Thank you, sir. Oh, that smells great.
Mm,
Just pulled the flesh out.
pretty tasty. Oh yeah. Cooked to perfection.
It's good. Well done.
Yum. It's a final morning, just packed up the van. Thought we'd do a quick fish near the bridge where we first started on the first night. Actually, we caught the first fish. So let's come back here for a couple of hours and see if we can catch another couple little catch and releases and yeah, see how it goes. Got him. Ah, good, he didn't swallow it. I knew there'd be one hanging off that log. There you go, little guy. Off he goes. I think we'll call it a day there. That nice little rainbow just to finish off proceedings. Very grateful. I just snapped off my leader and I haven't got any in my pocket. And I haven't got the keys to the car. So we'll call it a day there on the episode. Lots of fun. Had a great time. I think we'll make that an annual event from now on. Hope you enjoyed it. And catch you on the rerun. Cheers.